Welcome. In front of me is an Honor 400, and today I'll be going over unboxing along with a quick look at the device and its specifications. So, I'll just get straight into this. So here we have everything that's in the box, just paperwork, charging cable, it's a Type-C to Type-C, and yeah, that's about it. And obviously, well, the phone itself. Now, starting over the phone and more precisely its display, we have right here a 6.55-inch display with a resolution of 1264 by 2736 pixels, and this will be an AMOLED display, 120 Hz refresh rate, HDR, no HDR10 though, so it's not certified, which is questionable. It also boasts a peak brightness of whopping 5000 nits and 90% screen to body ratio with 460 pixels per inch. The display right here is pretty good. It's just kind of a shame that they decided not to go for any certifications like HDR10 Plus or anything like that, Dolby Vision or other crap. Which means that it's just basically they decided to skimp out on cost because you obviously need to pay for those. While the display right here is well and capable of providing you with these kind of things, it was just much cheaper not to get it. Now, talking about the cheapness, I do want to point out the price of this device, and it's about 500 euros. So it's not necessarily the cheapest device for them to skimp out on things like that. So, like I said, it's questionable with the choices right here. And I'm going to point out later on a different device that just kind of gives you, well, different options. So anyway, stay tuned for that one, but I'll obviously put that to the end. Now let's focus on this one. So with the display out of the way, let's flip it to the back where we have our camera setup. And here we have a dual camera setup, and both of the cameras actually look like they're usable. I'm pointing that out because that's not always the case. Not every phone has usable cameras, at least not all. Now the main sensor right here is apparently a 200 megapixel f1.9 aperture wide sensor followed with a 12 megapixel f2.2 112 degree ultra wide. And you can shoot videos here up to 4K, though it's not specified up to what frame rate. All these informations I also want to point out is being taken from GSM Arena, as their info is pretty good usually for this, and also their website is pretty nicely laid out. So, yeah, 4K. Now then, at the front we have a hole-punched selfie, and that houses a whopping 50 megapixel f2.0 aperture wide sensor that also does 4K. Now I presume the selfie right here will do up to 30 frames only, and possibly the back ones also might be locked to 30 frames at 4K, but I'm just kind of I just say spitballing right here because I don't have info about this. Now, next thing will be the internals of this device. So behind this plastic frame and glass back, by the looks of it, we have a Snapdragon 7 Gen 3 processor, a 5300 mAh battery that can be charged at 80 watts, which is pretty good, and a couple options in terms of RAM and storage. So we have 256 gigs of storage and 8 gigs of RAM as the lowest based entry, and you can spec it up all the way to half a terabyte with 12 gigs of RAM. So it's completely up to you which option obviously you want. And that's basically almost everything. In terms of OS right here, we have Android 15 right now, which is, if I remember correct, the newest one. At least that's what I have on my phone. And we have up to 6 major Android upgrades that this device will get, which is also pretty good. It's a nice push into more longevity for devices. So obviously the security patches and all that stuff you covered for at least 6 years, which honestly, at least where I'm from, this is usually how long people have their devices for, about maybe 5 to 6 years. So this is a pretty good coverage. And I want to also point out that Honor isn't necessarily the only company that does this. More and more are jumping on this. So I think the first company that actually started doing that was probably Google, and then followed by Samsung. But yeah, now Honor and I believe OnePlus also does this, and I think one more company. But anyway, so that's about it. This is the Honor 400, and it's honestly just a typical phone. The price is a little bit inflated for what they are offering. I do want to clarify this. And now talking about, like I mentioned, other alternatives. Let me just quickly pop that open on my phone so I can showcase this. It will be the CMF Phone 2 Pro. It might not look as nice, but I do want to bring this up as this will be probably the phone that craps over any kind of low mid-range devices up to nearly high-end devices. It might not look as glamorous as some other devices, but holy hell does it just deliver a fantastic value for your money. So as a comparison between these, this is literally half the price. It comes with what could be considered the same processor, or close enough to it. Might be actually a little bit faster, considering this is 8 Gen 3. This is Dimensity 7300 Pro. So it's like overclocked a little bit, I believe. It has a slightly bigger display. Resolution is 1080p. 8 gigabytes of RAM, and or is it? And 128 gigs of built-in storage out of the box. You can also get 256, and we have expandable storage, which is pretty good. In terms of cameras, we're looking at a dual 50 megapixel wide and telephoto with 8 megapixel ultra wide. In terms of cameras, you do kind of lose a little bit, but it's also 4K 30 frames. And selfie, it will be a massively lower kind of selfie, as it's 16 megapixel, and that does 1080p 30. This is 4K obviously, and 50 megapixel sensor. But we have 5000 mAh battery, 33 watts of wired charging, and a price tag of 250 euros. Half the price. And you get something that is basically comparable to what we have right here. And also we have things like certifications like HDR10 Plus, because a half the price phone decided to not skimp out on those while providing a comparable device at half the price with certifications. So yeah, just kind of wanted to point that out as an alternative to this, as Honor is just kind of at this point trying to pull Samsung while being a Chinese brand, which is very kind of confusing. Like, how high do you think you are? You're just selling Chinese phones. You already get kind of banned once with Huawei. So yeah, these phones are, to me at least, very confusing, because it seems like they're thinking they're selling you some amazing flagship phone. They're pricing it as such, like pricing it also like it's an Apple branded phone, while it's Honor. So that should probably speak enough for itself. So anyway, with that being said, hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.